Makeup or jewelry? Mismo. Streaming service or insurance? Mismo. Bagong sapatos or savings? Mismo. Ang inyong friendly gabay tungo sa mabuti at secure na kinabukasan. Money Guro dito sa Money Guro. One of the men behind the success of one of the Philippines' most followed and trusted financial brands, Ka-Cebuana. Paano ba maging wise sa pera, maging young achiever, and umasenso? Let's learn from the expert and certified Money Guro. Meet John Henry Luwilier.
Everyone wants to be rich, right? But you know the formula for this? Mga Ka-Cebuana, I'm John Henry Luwilier, your Money Guro. Dito I'm sure you'll be able to get the best tips from the experts. Dahil dito we are your guru. We give friendly advice that you can use in your journey to success. Money Guro dito sa Money Guro.
Do you want to be a successful businessman in the future? Hindi overnight yan. Dahil kailangan ng effort, time, and planning sa pagtatayo ng negosyo. Be mindful and be productive every day. At dapat, dedicated talaga sa goals. Dahil malay nyo, sooner or later, owner na pala kayo ng MSME business sa bansa. Ito yung medium-small enterprise na in-demand ngayon. And we will teach you how.
Nowadays, getting to business is one of the ways to really earn money and make a living. Be it something that you're passionate about, like a food or clothing, and if you want to start to make a living out of it, or baka naman talagang business-minded ka, ever since you wanted to capitalize on your skill. Getting into business is definitely one surefire way to start earning and saving. And believe me, there are lots of ways to make that happen. But the question is, how and where to start? The answer is, listen and learn. With our extra special guest guru, we'll help you find out how to start and how to make your business a good one, the effective and productive way. And to help us, we have invited a legit and experienced man in this MSME industry. He is the owner of multiple businesses such as Mercato and Easy Franchise. Through his knowledge and platforms, he reaches out to those who want to improve their skill and to start to have their own bread and butter. And so, with his advocacy to help many Filipinos in achieving their dreams, no doubt he is the best special guru for MSME aspirants. Let us all welcome the business king himself, no other than RJ Ledesma.
Thank you so much, John Henry.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First things first, congratulations on your success.
Thank you, thank you.
Being successful in business is definitely a feat, and I'm impressed by your initiative to help our kababayans too. Now tell us, why get into business? Being an owner of multiple businesses, we want to know how it all began and what fueled you to get into the business. What led you to the successful business you currently have?
Now, first of all, thanks so much for the opportunity to share my story over here, John Henry. And I think I want to also dispel the notion that all the businesses that you get into will be successful at the start. Kagaya mo rin naman, marami kang negosyong pinasok at may mga nagsucceed at may mga hindi nagsucceed. But the important portion is that from the businesses that did not succeed, you learn something from them and you're able to use that in the future. So I think the most important thing when people start to get into business ay yung tinatawag na growth mindset. Na that in every business that you do, may konting failure and you have to accept that one, but failure is just a part of the learning process to become a better businessman. Now, pangalawa, let's talk about getting into business. And I think this is what's very important. It's something I've learned from you, and it's something I've learned from all the different business mentors whom I've had in the past. And it's that you have to have what you call the entrepreneurial mindset. You look at the world through a lens of opportunity. Kagaya ko ngayon, di ba? I'm wearing a pair of glasses, right? Mm-hmm. So if I take out my glasses, I cannot see things clearly. But all of a sudden, when I put my glasses on, things come sharp and into focus. Ganyanin po pagdating sa mga negosyo. In my business called Easy Franchise, the biggest franchise that became popular during the pandemic was laundry. Why laundry? Because during the pandemic, diba, everybody was work from home. So while they were working from home, people could not do their own laundry. So what was the pain point these smart laundry franchises had? They said, okay, imbis na pupunta yung mga tao sa amin, we will create an app where all they have to do is just let us know. We will pick up the laundry from your house. We will wash it. We will send it back to you. So you're solving somebody else's pain point. So that's the first thing I often tell people. If you're going to put up a business, find out what is the business that solves other people's pain points.
RJ, tama ka. That's so right. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs have to have a positive mindset. And that's something that's critical, and you're very right. The positive mindset, clarity to where you want to go, where you want to be. If you have that, focus is easy.
That's right,
And,
that's right.
Very right. And tama ka rin with what you said in your second point, that making sure that when you take a look at the business, you take a look at a business where there's an opportunity, not what's flooded or maraming tao nandyan na. Why be there? Why complicate your life when you decide to go to a business that has 5 to 10 other players? Take a look at something that's new.
Yes,
It may be
yes.
more difficult, but that's where the opportunity is, and that's what makes a good entrepreneur.
That's right, that's
So
right.
great points, RJ, and thank you very much. I'm looking forward to this great interview because those first two are very, very good. I'm very happy that you said all that. Seb, and actually nowadays a lot of people are getting into or want to get into business talaga, and I'm sure not everyone will have a smooth journey nor a fast one to make their business successful. Now, with regards to how do we begin planning, what are the factors that are important to be considered in choosing your particular business?
Okay, there are two things which I want to bring up. Number one is the idea of what I call the secret sauce. And number two is a concept I got from yung mga tech startup businesses, what they call MVP or minimum viable product. So yung una, let's talk about secret sauce. When we talk about businesses, di ba, like, kunyari, kakain ka sa isang fast food restaurant, fried chicken, you want to eat there. There's a very popular fried chicken place that you go there because what do you love about it that it doesn't have in other places? Yung gravy. Yung masarap yung gravy. So, inuulam yung gravy, ilalagay sa kanin, di ba? Because they have a secret sauce which only they can create and nobody else can do. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is yung tinatawag na minimum viable product. There is no such thing as a perfect start for the business. You won't have the complete set of resources. You won't have the complete set of skills. What's important is that you launch the product in the first place. But don't put all your money in. What you do is you launch what you call yung MVP, minimum viable product. I-testing mo muna, di ba? Like sa pagkain, I often tell my people, don't buy all the ingredients, don't buy all the equipment. Test mo muna. Masarap ba? Magugustuhan ba ng mga tao yan? Then, habang ginagawa mo, ayusin mo. Di ba? Ayusin mo yung recipe mo, ayusin mo yung lahat, yung presyo mo. Oftentimes, sinasabi ng entrepreneur, di ba? It's not ready, aim, fire. It's ready, fire, aim, fire, aim, fire, aim. Di ba? Before you finally get things going. So, mag-MVP ka muna. And then, you learn along the way. Kasi, like I was telling you earlier, yung growth mentality, growth mindset, you will really fail. But the thing is, if you built it into your model, kung may MVP ka, alam mo talaga na mag-fail ka, but the point is, you're really there to fail para matuto ka on the way you iterate, or sinasabi, it's not you pivot. Para little by little, inaayos mo yung produkto mo until finally you get the right product out in the market. And when you see may hatak na, may engagement na, marami ng tumatangkilik, that's when you invest behind it.
The energy I feel with RJ is what entrepreneurs should have. Yes, energy that's wanting to do business, wanting to do it right. Yan yung dapat gawin.
Thank you.
You know, with an MVP, just to try to simplify, yes, it's creating that product. But you know what? We should take a look at it. It's also what is an MVP, your most valuable player.
Yes,
And
yes.
an MVP really, you know, as Filipinos, we love basketball and volleyball. And it's usually your MVP who is your secret sauce to success.
Yes,
And
yes.
that is something that, just to frame it in that framework rather, we take a look at an MVP as your secret sauce, your secret player, and you have to focus on something that's going to make you different from the rest.
Always, always.
So
oo.
again, great point, and that's something that us entrepreneurs really look for. Now let's get it down to the important bolts. When it comes to settling down on one concept of your business, do you think dapat sumabay sa uso ng isang business? And can you give us 3 kinds of possible businesses that the younger generation can start off even at a very young age.
So, having said that, importante pag trends, what you do what you call the low-hanging fruit. Anong kaya mo sa budget mo? So, kunyari, you can always start off with food. Food is easiest for the younger generation to start off with. I'm guessing food is good, no? But after the food, try to find out what can you do specifically about that specific food that you can be passionate about, or something that you are, may pain point ka about when it comes to food that you can do a bit different, and then tweak it. After that one's done, maybe after aside from food, another thing that people can also do nowadays, products are good, services are also good. You can be great content creators, diba? So people nowadays, they are able to, become their own content creator. You find what industry you can be passionate about and talk online that eventually you can have people, you can monetize by people advertising on your site or bringing products to you, diba? So you make yourself a product. Like myself, sometimes I have to make myself a product because people like, you're an entrepreneur, can you help endorse my product? Can you help sell my product? And the next one, to make things a bit more sustainable, and what I've just been seeing and I'm impressed by, are people creating their own products. Sometimes the content creator, they take it one step further. They are the content creators and they also create their own products. Noon, may marami dyan ngayon na nakikita mo online. Noon, nagme-makeup review. Ngayon, may sariling makeup na. Because like you said, they just contact directly yung tinatawag na toll manufacturers yung gumagawa ng produkto. So, very interesting ways that we never thought of nung time natin kung paano gumawa ng negosyo. Kayang-kaya ngayon.
So, ang daming pwede natin gawin. There's so many options. And again, options are good. At least we have that. And to take a look at it, Philippines is, I think right now, the 11th most populous country in the world, almost 110 million people. And let's take a look at India. India's growing to be soon a quote-unquote super economic power. And again, large-scale number of people, large opportunity to offer products and services. So we should take a look at how Indian entrepreneurs are doing it. We can just replicate. And you said, maraming content dyan on the web. A lot of YouTube links, a lot of items on Facebook. Again, our friend ChatGPT is out there to get information. So again, focusing on products, services that our kababayans can buy, can use, are important. And advantage is, we are 110 million people.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of products and items that we can do and offer to our kababayans out there. Ang daming, so many ideas. And ideas are good, but you have to put it to action.
Exactly.
And test. Now, let us know what our Ka-Cebuanas are thinking. What do you think is the best business for 2024? Comment down below ang mga sagot nyo, and we will read those during our discussion. RJ, what are the common problems that MSMEs needs to face, and how can they solve it?
I think one of the most common is actually good financial housekeeping and getting good financing for their business. So always people realize, sometimes you don't have to start big. You can start small. But even as you start small, dapat may financial discipline yung negosyo mo. Again, like I talked about earlier, like sa food business, pay 1/3 for the cost of your product, the materials, 1/3 para sa utilities and labor, then 1/3 sa profit ninyo. So at least more or less you try to keep that, to be very disciplined when it comes to that one. And like I said earlier on, financial housekeeping, huwag mo kunin yung pera ng negosyo at gamitin para pansarili, di ba? Keep the money in the business that belongs to the business. Now, after that one, there's a lot of things that happen as an entrepreneur. That sometimes the product might not be the product that's ideal for the market, or the service that you're offering is not ideal. It happens to all of us, di ba? John Henry, I'm sure in business, there are times na akala mo, wow, surefire to, gagana to. Pero pag nasa market ka na, naku, bakit walang bumibili? Bakit walang may gusto? But sometimes, you have to learn those things. But little by little, you fix. Diba? You fix one small part there, one small part there, one small part there. Then eventually, you'll see, that's how it's going to work. Same thing like for us, this one, when people created a product for us na called Bagnet Patong in Mercato Central. It was created because, yung tao, lasing na lasing, they needed to eat while they were hungry. And then, so they kept on saying, sige, lagyan natin ng tokwa, lagyan natin ng bagnet, lagyan natin ng gulay, lagyan natin ng itlog. Then bilang masarap pala, puro mga whatever they put. So all of a sudden, you have to, sometimes to be a good entrepreneur is experiential. And you have to go through problems, you have to go through these things because that's the only way you'll develop your entrepreneurial sense. But at the same time, what we call the entrepreneurial Grit, ibig sabihin niyan yung pag masama yung panahon or masama yung takbo ng negosyo, you don't give up. Sometimes, it's a learning process for you. Whether you fail in the business, you don't fail in life naman. You just fail in the business. It's teaching you a lesson on how to get better.
Tama. Great ideas, RJ. And that's really right. You know, when you do a business, you have to have a right FGD, right, or focus group that you're taking a look at. And if you don't tap the right market for the test, it's a mistake because we are not the best test.
Yes, we are
when,
not.
When you do a test, dapat, you know, if you're going to do your food business and you're wanting to tap, let's say, students, so you have to make sure that that people that test the product are the students. It's common sense, but in many times you forget the common sense.
Yes, exactly.
So tama yung sinabi mo. It's really focusing on making sure that you know that your product suits the right market. And a very, very good example. Omsim.
Omsim.
For sure in business, especially for first-timers, there are pros and cons that they need to consider before starting it right. Can you give our Ka-Cebuanas an idea what those are? And if they really are dead set in making a business, how do they manage the cons?
Okay. So, I think one of the biggest pros when putting up a business, let's say I talk about easy franchise. When people want to put up a franchise business, you don't put in all your life savings into putting up the business. We often say that when you start off doing that business, it has to be some money that you saved for a rainy day. You put the money that's a bit extra into that business, right? Then you start off from there. And, you know, depending on what your state in life is, sometimes we tell them, don't leave muna your day job, di ba? Continue muna your day job and then see how your side business goes, right? And then as you keep on doing that business and you realize that that business eventually keeps on growing to the point that almost malapit na yung kita sa side business mo, sa totoong negosyo mo, then you can give it up, then go full-time into the business. Because for many times, they go, okay, all in na ako, that's right, but then you've got to be a bit practical about doing that business. But so just make sure that you have got some protection from, when you enter the business, you'll put all the money in first, but grow it first, and then finally, when you're there, mag-all-in ka na.
It seems that a lot of thought really goes into making a business, and it's definitely not an easy route. But with enough effort and investment, business really has the ability to make us rich and develop our skills, right? Through this, we can save and secure for our future. Now, let's read some comments about what is the best business for our fellow Filipinos for this year, 2024. From John Klein Gomez.
For me, nothing beats the food business. It's always in demand because Filipinos love eating.
From Ferdy Dugay.
Apparel is okay. Clothes and shoes are good too because we, Gen Zs, are fashionistas.
From Leslie Santos.
Okay po yung milk tea and Korean products kasi marami pong K-pop fanatics.
Really, really great starting points for business ideas. Congratulations to all your suggestions, mga Ka-Cebuana!
Awesome. Well said, and that's the end of our third episode and chit-chat with our extra special guest, Guru RJ Ledesma. I hope marami kayong natutunan today on how to start a good business and be an MSME owner. Before we end our episode, please share your messages and greetings, RJ, to our Ka-Cebuana viewers.
Maraming salamat, John Henry. Sa lahat po ng mga Ka-Cebuana viewers, you can all be an entrepreneur. Again, just a reminder, you have to have the entrepreneurial mindset. Your idea is to turn yung mga pain points into your business opportunities. But when you do, please remember lagi, ano yung secret sauce ninyo? Anong kakaiba na pwede mo gawin na hindi kayang gawin ng ibang tao? And in the end, don't worry, sometimes kung makakamali ka sa negosyo, kung talo ka ng konti, that's okay. That's all part of the growth mindset. You will make mistake, you will fail, but sometimes your failure can become your greatest lesson. At sa lahat po ng mga food entrepreneurs na nakikinig dyan at gusto nyong ipakita, i-showcase yung inyong mga food products, please apply for Mercato Central. Just go to our Facebook page and we will help you become a food entrepreneur. We want you to be the next big food entrepreneur. Again, maraming salamat, John Henry Luwilier, ating Money Guro. Boss, thank you. Thank you again.
Salamat. Thank you very
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thought for the day. There's nothing you cannot learn kung hindi nyo muna susubukan. Just like in business. So let's start now. And that's it. Hope you guys learned a lot from our small talk. Remember, it's never too late to save and be rich. Omsim. Maraming salamat mga Ka-Cebuanas. Don't forget to like and share our videos for more saving tips and how to be rich. Stay tuned, Money Guro, dito sa Money Guro.